So this is a process update video. Okay. Well, one of the main points that I've been working on is the point of being more consistent and constant within my application. Um, because I found that I always end up in a position where my application crashes. And so, from my perspective, I can see if I can just direct myself in such a way where when I encounter those resistance points that I would normally fall, if I can walk through those resistance points, um, like almost like a road that it has all these massive holes in the road. So you're driving along the road, and you reach a section of the road that's completely missing, and then there's a section of the road that's there, and then one that's missing, and there's all these massive gaping holes. So the point that's sort of how I was seeing my application before. So I was investigating and looking at, okay, I'm required to correct this point so that there's no more gaping holes in my road, so that I can just drive along the road. And so I see those holes as being resistance points which I crash and then have to collect myself again and then start again and then crash and keep doing that. And so it's essentially a process of eliminating those crashes. So when you reach a resistance point, you are stable enough that you can walk through it and not be influenced by it. Um, so yeah, I've been pushing the point of slowing myself down. Um, it's kind of strange, pushing the point of slowing yourself down and like working against each other. My throat is a bit scratchy at the moment. It's been sore the last few days, so or yesterday. Um, with the point of the throat, um, the only connection that I can see in terms of my application is the point of overstretching myself, which is essentially a form of rushing. Like like I guess if you were say shouting or at a party and you're shouting and shouting and shouting, and then you just overstretch yourself and you can't speak the next day because you strain yourself. So that's how I'm relating the throat point at the moment. Um, so there's that. Um, yeah, because the last few days I have been more busy, and um, but I'm still seeing there's a point of anxiety which causes me to rush. Um, so okay, so there's this point about spelling. My spelling was always not very good. Um, So I've been working on that for the last few years as well to improve my spelling. And one reason I've noticed in terms of why it was never very good was because I was never here within writing. I was always out there, um, already like way down the line and trying to catch up with myself and not paying attention to the structure of the words because I didn't have time to because I was too busy like running ahead. And so that's actually been quite a cool point to see, um, in terms of a cool measuring stick so that I can slow down and get here. So whenever I start to not spell my words correctly, I realize it's not because I don't know how to spell, it's because I'm not here and placing the words or the letters in the correct order. So it's not that I don't know the order, it's that I'm just not paying attention specifically enough and not really caring to place them in the right order. So if I slow down, often a word that I would apparently spell wrong, I know how to spell it, I'm too busy like rushing along so I don't worry about the spelling. And so in slowing down and being here, it's like you just place the words in the right order. Um, and that's been another aspect that I've realized in terms of the way that I've created myself is that I've never slowed myself down enough so that I'm able to, assess and arrange each point that I come across effectively and 100%. So in a way, it's like I've just been glazing over everything, and it doesn't matter how fast I move, I never get anywhere because the actual movement of things is happening at, say, a more fundamental level, and I have never slowed myself down enough so I can get to those really basic core aspects and make sure that those are in place. Um, it's almost like when you're working on your computer and you don't actually understand how all the programs are working, but you just sort of go along with it because it's working, instead of stopping and ensuring that you'd see how each relationship connect and each point work together. So I've been focusing on getting that established for myself because until I do that, and actually not leave any points sort of unconnected or unconsidered, then how would I expect to direct my world effectively? I must make sure every relationship is directed into a deliberate point, meaning I direct the point, instead of just letting it kind of do its thing and me not really understanding how it's working.